Have you ever considered becoming a British citizen, but found yourself put off by the complicated process, the high costs, and the dreaded life in the UK test? If that sounds like you, then you need to watch this video. Because a monumental change has just happened that makes securing British citizenship easier, cheaper, and more straightforward than ever before for certain nationals. Today, we're diving deep into the brand new, simplified route to British citizenship and discussing what it means for the millions who call the UK home. We'll cover what the old system was like, exactly what's changed with the new British Nationality, Irish Citizens, Act 2024, who is eligible, how much it costs, and why you might want to consider it. So stick around, because this is a genuine game changer. First, let's get some context. The relationship between the UK and Ireland is unique, and at its heart is the Common Travel Area, or CTA. The CTA is a long-standing arrangement, predating both countries' membership in the EU, that allows British and Irish citizens to move freely and reside in either country. Under the CTA, Irish citizens have the right to work, study, and access services like healthcare and social benefits in the UK without needing a visa or any form of residence permit. But here's the crucial point. These rights, while extensive, are not the same as holding British citizenship. Under the CTA alone, you can't vote in UK general elections, you can't hold a British passport, and you're not entitled to British consular assistance when you're traveling abroad in other parts of the world. So what if you wanted to take that next step and become a full British citizen? Until now, most Irish citizens had to go through the standard process called naturalization, the same route as any other foreign national. This process was often seen as cumbersome and expensive. It required you to prove you were settled in the UK, which was an odd concept for Irish citizens who don't need formal permission to live here. The application fee was significant, currently standing at over £1,600. And most famously, it required you to pass the Life in the UK test, a multiple-choice quiz on British history, culture, and traditions that many born and bred Brits would struggle with. This created a strange imbalance, rooted in the Good Friday Agreement. That historic agreement recognizes the birthright of people in Northern Ireland to identify as British, Irish, or both, and to hold either passport. In practice, this meant someone born in Belfast could get an Irish passport with a simple application, but an Irish citizen who had lived in London for decades faced a costly and complex naturalization process to get a British one. This disparity was a key motivation for the new law. This brings us to the exciting part. In recognition of the deep historic ties and the unique status of Irish citizens, the UK Parliament has passed the British Nationality, Irish Citizens Act 2024. Mark your calendars, because this new, easier route to citizenship will officially open for applications on July 22, 2025. So what makes it a game changer? The fundamental shift is that this is no longer a process of naturalization. Instead, it's a much simpler process called registration. And this new registration route comes with some massive advantages. First, and this is a big one, no more Life in the UK test. That's right, you will no longer be required to sit this test. Second, the formal English language requirement is also gone. Third, the cost has been dramatically reduced. The fee for the old naturalization route was over £1,600. The new registration fee will be 50% cheaper at £723 for adults and £607 for children. What's more, the fee will be waived entirely for children who are in the care of a local authority or for any applicant who can credibly show they can't afford it. Finally, the whole process is being streamlined with a new digital application system designed to be much more user-friendly. This act is a deliberate move to honor the special relationship between our two countries and build upon the foundations of the Common Travel Area. It's about acknowledging the immense contribution Irish people have made to British society for generations. Okay, so you're interested. But are you eligible? The criteria are clear and much more straightforward than before. Let's break them down. To apply for British citizenship under this new route, you must be an Irish citizen. This is the fundamental requirement. Meet the residency requirement. You must be able to show that you have been living in the UK for the 5 years immediately before you apply. The UK in this context means England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, the Isle of Man, and the Channel Islands. Adhere to absence limits. During that 5-year period, your total time spent outside the UK cannot be more than 450 days. Furthermore, in the final 12 months leading up to your application, you cannot have been absent for more than 90 days. It's a good idea to start keeping a clear record of your travel dates. Have lawful residence. You must not have been in the UK in breach of immigration laws during those 5 years. For the vast majority of Irish citizens living in the UK under the rights of the Common Travel Area, this condition is met automatically. Be of good character. This is a standard requirement for all British citizenship applications, and it remains in place for this new route. It generally means you have respected the UK's laws and have no serious criminal record. And it's not just for adults. A very important feature of this new act is that children can also apply for registration, allowing Irish children living in the UK to become British citizens. One question that might come up is about indefinite leave to remain, or ILR. Under the old system, you generally needed ILR before applying for citizenship. However, because Irish citizens have the right to reside in the UK under the CTA, you do not need to apply for or hold ILR to use this new route. This is a direct path to citizenship. This is a question I expect many of you are asking. With all the rights I have under the Common Travel Area, why should I bother getting British citizenship? It's a great question, and the answer depends on what's important to you. First, full political participation. As a British citizen, you gain the right to vote in all UK elections, including general elections, which decide the government of the country. Second, you get to hold a British passport. The UK passport remains one of the most powerful in the world, offering visa-free access to many countries and territories, which may differ from an Irish passport, giving you greater travel flexibility. Third, you gain the protection of British consular assistance. When you travel to other countries around the world, you can call on the support of British embassies and consulates if you get into trouble. Fourth, and this is a big one for families, is the ability to pass on your citizenship. Citizenship acquired through this new registration route is considered to be otherwise than by descent. This means that if you have children born outside the UK after you become a citizen, you can generally pass your British citizenship on to them. And finally, for many, it's about identity. It's an opportunity to formally embrace both your cherished Irish heritage and your British identity, cementing the life you have built in the UK. And let me be absolutely clear, you do not have to give up your Irish citizenship. Both the UK and Ireland fully recognize dual nationality. You can be proudly Irish and proudly British at the same time. So there you have it. The British Nationality, Irish Citizens Act 2024 creates a simpler, cheaper, and more dignified path to British citizenship for Irish nationals who have made the UK their home. To recap, from July 22, 2025, you can apply via a new registration route with no life in the UK test, no English language test, and a significantly lower fee. If you think this route is for you, my advice is to start preparing now. Begin gathering the documents that will prove your residency for the last 5 years. Things like P60s, employment letters, council tax bills, and bank statements will all be valuable evidence. This is a truly positive development that strengthens the unique bond between the people of the UK and Ireland. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more updates on UK immigration news, and most importantly, share it with any Irish friends or family living in the UK who need to know about this. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments below.